Hello, I'm Super Orange Cat here today talking about Toonami's ratings from this past Saturday, March 5th, 2022. Let's start with the top of the block. At the top of the block, we have Shenmue at a .09, Attack on Titan at a .07, The Assassination Classroom at a .06, Made in Abyss at a .05, One Piece at a .05, followed by an episode of .06, Naruto Shippuden at a .06, and Cowboy Bebop at a .06. Normally, this is a part where I point out how Shenmue dropped for the third straight week, I think, and back to being below point 0.1. I believe the first or second episode was below a point 0.1, and after that, we actually went up to like a 0.14 for a week, and slowly claimed back down. Normally, I'll talk about that, but something weird happened later on in the block. Like you have afterwards, you have the natural progression of Attack on Titan being at a .07, a little lower, Assassin's Classroom .06, and then Made in Abyss at .05, and then an episode One Piece at a .05. Then it starts going back up. The second episode of One Piece was at a .06. Shippuden kept that .06, and not only that, Cowboy Bebop, a 20-something-year-old show, kept that .06. So the question I have is, was there anything like was the second episode of One Piece or the episode of Shippuden that aired like a particularly well known or loved episode? Because it seems weird we went up then, and the ratings stayed that way the rest of the night. And someone could say it has something to do with the whole weird weird rules with Nielsen ratings where like if your show's after 3 a.m. you get a whole nother day of DVR recordings counting towards your rating. But we hadn't seen that. In the last year or so, I don't think there was a single time where the 3 o'clock hour actually had a better rating than before it. So it's not really that. It just seems weird to me, and tell me if what it is. But what that led to is the big injustice of the lowest rated episode of Toonami being Made in Abyss. I just don't get it. Made in Abyss is so fucking good. It's such a good show. Eh, yeah, I could just go into hours long why I love Made in Abyss so far. I'm just gonna summarize it by saying that Ozen is fucking hot. I think I read the general consensus is that people don't really like Ozen that much. She's hot and she's awesome. Deal with that. Other than that, I mean, shit, this is just another week where the ratings went down a little bit again. And it's not like a particular show went that much lower than the other ones. Everything, the first half of the block went down like 200s or 300s. And then you have like freaking like Naruto and Cowboy Bebop went up a little bit because of that weird phenomenon where everything went up a little bit around. Actually, One Piece that had the higher rating was at 2:30, not at 3 o'clock. I don't know. That's just a weird phenomenon. And again, there's not that much to talk about this week. Unless there was a surprise announcement in the last hour or so, I haven't checked. This will be the same schedule next week. Next week will also be the finale, I believe, of Cosmos Samurai Part 2 of that at 1 a.m. So once again, take note, you might have to DVR the slot afterwards if you're trying to DVR anything Assassination Classroom onwards. So really, Assassination Classroom will start around, was it at 1:05, and Made in Abyss probably around 1:33 or so. So keep note of that for one more week, and then after that, we're back to normal numbers. Also, this upcoming Saturday is daylight savings time. Normally, weird stuff happens, considering daylight savings time always comes Saturday night to Sunday morning. But we're just going to have the same exact schedule. Just note that technically, after Made in Abyss airing at 1:30, the One Piece after that is not airing at 2 o'clock. It's technically airing at 3 o'clock because we go forward an hour. But everything else of the schedule is the same. We just have the weird anomaly of the block for 1 week ending at 5 a.m. instead of 4 a.m. And that's just all there is to it. What do you guys think? Leave your comments, leave your opinions down below. I am Super Orange Cat, and that is all.